owner of Community Stimulus Services, and author of Understanding Credit, a kid's roadmap to financial freedom. Okay, so if this is your first time on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're going to be dropping some crazy content in the weeks coming up with some beautiful views. Go ahead and show the people what we're looking at right now. Alright, now, if you like this video, once we get into it, go ahead and hit that like button so we can go ahead and get those views up and go ahead and get those follows up. Also, smash the bell notification if you haven't already hit it, because you want to make sure you see every video and be the first to get the information when it comes out. Let's go ahead and get into it this week. Payment history. Now, last week we talked about the 5 components that make up of your credit score. This week we're going to dive just a little bit deeper into payment history. Your payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. That is the largest component of your credit score. With that being said, that should be your number one focus. Alright? Now, you never, ever, ever want to miss a late payment. Now, with that being said, if you got to sell your shoes, if you got to sell your gold, your diamonds, whatever you have to do, make sure you don't miss a payment. We're going to go into what late payment is pretty soon because a lot of people are confused about that as well. Now, keep in mind, as we're going into this, that the elite credit consumers, which are those that have credit scores of 780 and above, all use auto pay. Auto pay is a form of what we call systems. Systems save yourself time, energy, money, and strength as well. Right? So, keep in mind, if you want to make it to that 800 club, 780 or above, A1 credit, because 700 used to be A1 credit, but the new A1 is 781 and above. If you want to make it to that status, you want to make sure you go ahead and put all of your credit cards on auto pay. Use the systems that the bank have integrated to help you. Now, what you want to do when it comes to keeping up on top of your payment history, one thing I always tell people is always make sure you check your FICO report monthly. That's right, your FICO report. I didn't say Experian, I didn't say IdentityIQ.com like all your other credit repair people are telling you. I said FICO, and where you can go to get a subscription for FICO is myfico.com. That's the only place where you can get your real, true FICO score. Now, the reason I say you want to check that monthly instead of every 3 months, every 6 months, every year is because 76% of consumers' credit reports have errors. They're incorrect, they're unduly obsolete, negative information that shouldn't be there. So you want to make sure you keep on top of that. And with the My FICO plan, they do offer a subscription where you'll be able to get monthly updates on your credit score and your credit profile as well. Let's go into what a late payment is. Now, a lot of people think, for example, that if your due date is on the 6th, and let's say your due date is on the 6th of June, okay? Now, if your due date is on the 6th of June, and you make your payment on June 31st, a lot of people that misunderstand credit would assume that this here is a late payment, because this here is what the bank says is their due date, right? But according to the credit bureaus, a late payment, and the creditors, a late payment is anything that is 30 days late. So keep that in mind, right? That means if your due date is on June 6th and you go past July 6th, that would be a late payment. So 30 days equals 1 late payment, 30 days past due. 60 days past due equals 2 late payments, and 90 days past due equals 3 late payments. Now here's why we draw the line here. Because after the third late payment, usually your account's going to go into what's called collections. Some creditors will let your account get 30 days late, 60 days late, 90 days late, 120 days late, and then collection, and then so on, which is charge off and so forth. But what you want to keep in mind is each late payment, the further it gets, the more it affects your score. So if it's 30 days late, it's hurting you. If it's 60 days late, it's really hurting you. If it's 90 days late, it's extremely hurting you. Get ready to get prepared for that collection, right? Now, keep in mind, each late payment, per late payment, you can see a decrease in your credit score of anywhere from 50 to 150 points in the first 30 days. It's very important to keep that in mind. Now, let's take note that paying off installment accounts could temporarily decrease your credit score. A lot of people think when they get a lot of money, SBA loans, PPP loans, family inheritance, so on and so on, what they do is they immediately go pay off their installment loans. Now, here's why that's the wrong idea. Or it could be the right idea according to what you're trying to do. See, it's all important to your strategy, because if you need your debt to income ratio to drop, then that could be a good idea. Now, the reason why it's wrong for a lot of you guys is because you think once you pay this account off, your credit score is going to go up. But what happens is 35% of your credit score is payment history. So once you pay that account off, your payment history closes with that account as well. So you want to make sure you keep that in mind and take notes on that. Now, what we want to talk about is how you can establish payment history. But before we do that, let's go ahead and give the people a view of the beautiful scenery with the pool. We got the Cosmopolitan. We got the Eiffel Tower here, the Hilton Grand Vacations. Let's take them over here to Caesar's Palace. We're out here in Las Vegas, Nevada right now shooting this content. You gotta see this beautiful greenery over here on this side. I mean, it is a beautiful thing, and I brought the kids out here so they can have a good time. And again, we are absolutely enjoying it. Now, let's get back into what we do to establish payment history. You can get what's called revolving account or installment accounts. Now, with the revolving account, there's different kinds. The revolving account, that's credit cards. Now, there's different kind of credit cards you can get. You can get standard credit cards. Standard credit cards, that offers no special rewards. You can get reward credit cards. Those are my second favorite, right? So reward credit cards offer rewards like cash back, travel, and points that you can redeem, things like gift cards and other things like that. Now, you got your charge cards. One of my favorites is American Express. And then you got now the charge cards, you have to pay those in full, okay? You gotta pay those charge cards in full. So if you're not prepared to do that, don't use the debt unwisely if you don't have the money to pay it off. You should be using it like a debit card, this charge card. You should be using your credit cards like a debit card, period. But especially this charge card. Now next, you got secured credit cards. Why do we have secured credit cards start? Because secured credit cards is your easiest way into establishing payment history on the revolving account side. Okay, so to get a secured credit card, you're going to have to put up your own collateral or your own money for a deposit. And next, you got business credit card. Business credit card, you must control an entity. That's my favorite one to use, business credit. Okay, now let's give them a little look at what business credit cards look like. Now this is your baby boy one. This is your Capital One Spark. But as you can see, the company, Community Stimulus Services. This is what the business credit looks like. Now, business credit, they offer very decent limits. Nice capital to go ahead and get you started on your company, even if you're a startup. Now, on the installment account side, you want things like installment, again, is a fixed payment, like school loans, home loans, personal loans. Now, why do we have personal loans start off? Because personal loans would be your easiest way to establish payment history on an installment account side. And then next you got car loans and business loans. Now, I'm going to give you guys 3 revolving accounts and 3 installment accounts you can use immediately to go ahead and get started on establishing payment history. Number 1 is Navy Federal Credit Union on the revolving account side. You can go ahead and contact them at 1-888-842-6328. But keep in mind, with Navy Federal, you have to be a member of the military or an ex-member of the military, or have served service some way, somehow, or some family member that served in the military. Keep in mind, if you contact our company, we do have a method to get inside Navy Federal if you don't have any family members that served in the service. So go ahead and give us a call. The number is going to be above and in the link down below as well. Next is Self. Self is good to create a revolving account because Self, you start off creating an installment account with them, and after 3 payments on time and $100 at least saved up, you can go ahead and get a Self credit card with them using your own funds without a hard inquiry, a hard pull. That's right. And to get that, you go to self.com. We're going to provide a referral link, a referral code down below for that as well. Next is Capital One. Capital One is a Tier 1 credit card, right? Tier 1 credit cards are some of the easiest credit cards to get approved for because they're low-tier credit cards. So to get approved for that card, you want to make sure your credit score is somewhat in a decent position, but it doesn't have to be too high. Now, their number is 1-877-383-4802, and I'm going to provide a code below that you can click on as well, a referral code, and get you in for Capital One. See if you can get approved for that as well. Now, on an installment account, on the installment side, you want to go to Dollar Loan Center. Don'tBeBroke.com. They offer good rates and they offer good loans for people with bad credit, and it's usually not too hard to get a simple loan from them, maybe $250, baby boy money. But it'll create what's called an installment account for you. You need that to make sure on your credit. Revolving an installment account. Next again is Self. As I told you, Self starts you off with an installment loan. So you want to go to self.com. And next, Navy Federal. Now, why did we go back to Navy Federal for the installment account? Because we have the method to get you in Navy Federal in case you don't have any family that did serve in the service. And with Navy Federal, you can do what's called a pledge loan, a secured pledge loan, which is an installment account. So, again, my name is Andrew Woods. I'm the owner of Community Stimulus Services. I'm also the author of Understanding Credit, the Kids' Roadmap to Financial Freedom. If you want to get in contact with our company, our fax number is 725-210-5013. Our direct line is 725-210-5007. Our main company number is 800-775-1876. You can go to Amazon.com and purchase the book. The book is Understanding Credit, the Kids' Roadmap to Financial Freedom. Now keep in mind, this may sound like a title for children only, but this title is for children and adults. The information inside this book helps children and adults. Okay? So don't forget that. Now, if you want to follow my Instagram page, you can go there and DM me at King Andrew Woods. I'm always available to go ahead and help people with information. And I'm always investing in myself so that I can go ahead and give the information back to the community. You can catch our website. Go to our website at www.communitystimulusservices.com and book yourself a free 30-minute consultation. And we also giving out 3 free client services per month. Tap in with me, guys. See you on the next one.